This is Australian football, and this is the fever of Australian football. The fastest and most spectacular football code in the world. Few sports attract more players or a greater number of spectators. It's a game which calls for vigorous masculine qualities, courage, strength, skill, and stamina. This is its magical crowd appeal. The special skill of this game is the art and skill of the individual, the precise kicking, the spectacular marking of the ball, the fast and open play and clever ball handling. It's a thrilling game to watch and to play. On the site where the MC Oval stands today, this plaque commemorates the first recorded game in 1858. In this match, the goalposts were almost a mile apart, and there were 40 players aside. The teams then were Scotch College and Melbourne Grammar School, and they've remained keen rivals ever since. These two schools have never missed an annual match since that first game more than a century ago. But the game has been streamlined since then. The rules have been defined from the rough and tumble early days. But the ambition of every schoolboy player remains the same. First to play for his school, and then his district club, and eventually his state. The stars of the game will tell you that there is a right way to do all the spectacular features of this sport. They will also tell you the basic requirement is absolute fitness to play a tough match. Pre-season training must be well organised and well disciplined. The schoolboy, or the lad just out of school, has much physical development ahead. And if he is to play Australian football, that development must be scientifically and naturally correct. Many top coaches keep a record of this physical development so that sensible and scientific training can gain its best results. There are four main essentials: speed, strength, endurance, and mobility. Used properly and done under expert supervision, weight training can do much to build up the body. To play and to enjoy Australian football to its fullest, it is necessary to achieve the maximum in fitness, strength, and weight. Simple exercises can be done at home, at school, or in the club gym. All team training must be organised and well disciplined. Most essential, the squad must be dedicated to the task. If advice is needed, ask your coach. It is important that all exercises are carried out conscientiously and with zest, so that the fullest benefit is gained. It is just as important to exercise as it is to do the various team procedures and tactics. Every muscle in the body must be put to the utmost tension to prepare it correctly for the strains ahead in a full season of football. The real benefit of this is seen in every game throughout the season. Ankles and knees take a lot of strain, and this exercise is specifically designed to strengthen these vital physical requirements. Breathing is important too, because the lagger is no use to any team in this fast-moving, non-stop game. As you train, so shall you play. This statement applies to most sports, but to none more definitely than Australian football. Every muscle group should be properly tuned to peak condition if the player is to give of his best. Australian football is a team game with emphasis on individual skills. Each member must be fit to play his part when called upon. The aspiring player should be so finely tuned that he can sustain the full period of action without let-up. To do this and be able to take the hard knocks, he must be in top condition. It is important to remember that there is a distinction between training and practice. We train to develop bodily fitness, We practice to develop skills. Cross-country running is a good pre-season routine to build up for the season ahead. An average team of well-conditioned players who still have a reserve of energy in the last 5 minutes of the game will beat a good team of poorly conditioned players. Properly conditioned, now let's get down to the actual fundamentals of the game. Before each practice session, there should be a period of running to warm the body and tone up the muscles. Fundamentals are explained, and it is here that the coach brings out the most essential points. Kicking is one of the outstanding features of the game. It is the basis on which it is played. It is important that all players should endeavour to become expert in the art. There are different types of kicks, and each has its special use. First, there is the drop kick. The hands are placed on each side of the ball, with the thumbs about 1 inch from the lacing. The ball is lined up with the objective ahead. The chief factor is timing, and the ball is kicked with a taut instep. A straight follow-through is important. For perfect timing, the kicking action must commence before the ball reaches the ground. The ball should be dropped or controlled to the ground at an angle of about 45 degrees. There is a straight follow-through with the kicking foot with straight knee and instep. The right hand controls the drop, and the eyes concentrate on the ball, which is followed through along an imaginary straight line. Faults are easily corrected in this kick-to-kick session, which is a good team practice to iron out mistakes. One of the worst is to take your eyes off the ball. Another is trying to kick too hard. Remember that from the start of your run, everything is in a direct line with the objective. Maintain balance and freedom with well-timed contact with the ball. Develop an easy, straight-up run and follow through. Here we see the drop kick in match play. The ball must be lined up. After contact, the instep and leg should still be in line with the objective. Every good player should be able to kick well with either foot. It is essential in match play. Here are 2 examples. Now the stab kick. Once again, the ball is lined up with the objective ahead, but dropped closer to the body and at a more acute angle than for the drop kick. It is kicked with a sharp stab action without the follow-through. The impact is made with the instep. Remember, the kicking foot must be lined up direct to the objective. The absence of a long follow-through keeps the trajectory of the ball low, the most valuable feature of foot passing. The stab kick is executed on the run, and with practice, it can be accomplished with speed and accuracy in the stride. Punt kick is popular when kicking for goal. It requires perfect balance and direction with powerful follow-through for maximum distance and accuracy. The right-hand thumb is slightly behind the lacing, the left hand slightly forward. The ball is lined up with the kicking leg along an imaginary straight line. The ball should be approximately knee-high at the point of contact. The good player can punt as well with his left foot as his right. The punt kick should be used on a wet day or heavy ground. The drop punt is an accurate kick. The ball is held almost vertically and dropped into the instep. Like other kicks, it must be precisely executed. High marking is a feature of the game. The essentials: head up, eyes on the ball. The ball should be taken above the head and slightly in advance of it. Timing the leap is important. Jump off 1 foot to gain full impetus. Judgment in getting into position is also important. Maneuver for the best position. Place yourself between the flight of the ball and your opponent, keeping your eyes on the ball all the way. Confidence and determination are essential to good marking. In most cases, the obvious mistake is the simple one, failing to watch the ball. Take the ball above the head as if you were clapping your hands. It is not necessary to be tall for high marking. The ability to leap in the air, judgment in getting into position, and timing are more important. Practice your marking in small groups so that you can gain experience of getting in front of your man, the key position in high marking. Shore marking is one thing every player must master. Fumbling can cost the team dearly in dropped marks. The best way to develop ball sense and confidence in ball handling is to handle the ball as much as possible. Eventually it will become instinctive, a natural flowing movement. On wet days or when receiving low passes, the ball should be marked on the chest. Practice is needed in this technique because you don't wait back for a chest mark. You go in to meet the ball at every opportunity and hug it to your chest. This hugging acts as a buffer against opponents and also guards against the ball being knocked from your grasp. Always go in to meet the ball and hug it tightly to the body. It's mine, it's his all right. In chest marking, the arms should be outspread and they wrap over the ball the instant it hits the chest. Handball is an effective feature of the game. It is used in both defensive and offensive moves. The ball must be held with one hand and hit with the clenched fist of the other. The ball should be hit where the four seams meet with a strong follow-through. Here is a simple handball exercise which can be practiced in squads. When the squad is moving anti-clockwise, they're forced to use the right hand. Players should learn to pass with either hand. By reversing direction, the players must punch their returns back with the left hand. The hand pass should be quickly executed, the direction precise, about chest high and slightly in front of your teammate. Teamwork shows out under pressure. It is in match play that the long practice sessions really pay off. Cleverly used, handball is most effective for the offensive move. Here, good anticipation and good passing lead to a vital goal. Weaving, dodging and turning are important features of the game, and all players should practice them at top speed. The secret, always watch your opponent as you turn or balk. The dodge should be quick and strong to enable you to break away. You should be able to turn both ways to establish the break and then dispose of the ball. Remember the golden rule, always keep your opponent under observation. Now to ruck play. The rucks are a team within a team. From the bounce, a well-directed palm will put your side straight into the attack. A ruck has two followers, tall, fast, strong men, and a rover, a speedy, clever player. They must try to create the loose man and get the ball to him. The most accurate method is the palm. The ruckman uses his open hand to direct the ball to his rover, who must be on his toes anticipating the knockout and ready for a fast breakaway. The rucks can start the play up to 100 times in a match. The same principle applies with the boundary throw-in. Because it is a body contact game, it is necessary to know how to tackle. To tackle legally, your opponent must be grabbed below the shoulders and above the knees, and he must be held firmly, forcing him to dispose of the ball. Both may go down, so when falling, fall as loosely as you can. Avoid using the arm or elbows to check the force of the fall. A tackle above the shoulders is bad football and will be penalised. Bumping is legal if it is done with the shoulder, hip or chest, and if your opponent is bumped in any of these places. Hip bumping is very effective in checking an opponent. In all bumping, the body should be tensed, the elbows tucked in at the sides. A well-timed bump when your opponent is on the wrong leg will completely unbalance him. It is important for young players to learn correct ball handling, the way it bounces and rolls, and to anticipate the bounce. Initially, this exercise should be done slowly, then gradually speeded up. Australian football is claimed to be the fastest football played. This non-stop play-on style must be developed at training and is the very basis of match play. The game demands sustained bursts of extreme physical endeavour, the ability to stand up to the rugged physical clashes. The stamina to play through 100 minutes of fast football demands total fitness. If your stamina fails, so will your skill. Every young player's ambition is to represent his club in a Premiership Grand Final. An even greater achievement is to represent one's state at an interstate championship in a sport which has the greatest drawing power of any ball game in Australia. Yes, it's fast, it's spectacular, it's virile, it's dynamic. It's Australian football.